Hello. Um, I'm just going to jump right into it. As I'm sure most of you or all of you know, especially if you have, seen anything from my Facebook in the last few weeks, uh, Ryan and I lost our daughter, Vivianne, on Tuesday, July 19th. She was stillborn, so we were going in to be induced that morning. Um, we woke up so excited, um, you know, thinking it was going to be the best day of our entire lives. Um, very much expecting to meet our full term healthy baby girl that day. Within 30 minutes of being at the hospital, we found out that she was lifeless. Um, we had heard a strong, healthy heartbeat just 4 days earlier, and at every doctor's appointment before that. Um, but we got there that morning and found out that she was gone. At this point in time, I'm not going to go into any more details or anything about that day, which I'm sure everyone, will more than understand, because, well, right now it's just way too hard to talk about. Even when I'm doing fairly well and I'm in like a pretty good headspace, when I think back to that day, it brings me right back down really quickly. But maybe in the future, like, especially if there is a chance that I could possibly help someone else by sharing more of our story and our experience, I'd be more than happy to talk about more of it. But right now I just kind of had to put that little bit out there in case you didn't know what had happened. Otherwise, this whole video would make, no sense to you. I'm making this for a couple reasons. The first one is, honestly, for me, just to be able to continue talking out loud, like, about my feelings. That is so important for Ryan and I and our families to do right now. And we do it like, with each other. We talk every day. But, right now I'm here alone. And I wanted to be right now so I could make this video. But I'm alone with my thoughts today. And that can get pretty ugly sometimes right now when I'm alone with my thoughts for too long. So I wanted to sit down and talk about it. And the second reason and the main reason I'm making this is because the only thing that has proven to make me feel better, even at the lowest points the last few weeks, has been making other people feel better. Making other people feel comforted and feel good. And I truly think that I'm getting that from my daughter. I guess basically through this experience, what has helped me is seeing and knowing that, like, she has a purpose. Vivian's life is important and it matters. And our little girl, like, her life has purpose and meaning. And as her mom, I want to help my child fulfill their purpose in this life. And through her and through God, like, she is just doing so many amazing things through me. I have found a strength in myself through some of the things that Ryan and I have had to go through. Planning our child's funeral, like, things no one should ever have to do, she has gotten me through. And she has done so much good with her life. It's amazing. Even within the hours after she came into this world, she reconnected family members and mended broken relationships, and again brought out a strength in me that I didn't even think was possible. And just the way that Ryan and I have treated each other, shown each other more grace and more patience and more love. I thought we had a great relationship before, but she has made us stronger than ever. We have seen just so much good and love in every member of our families. people have just opened their hearts back up to things they had kind of closed off. I mean, she is just the most incredible blessing ever. And I can't even tell you how much I miss her. Like, it should not even be possible to miss someone this much. You know, physically, like, my heart hurts when I think about how much I want her, like, right here. But, again, I want to honor her purpose and fulfill it, and in turn, like, fulfill my own. What we have learned from her is our lives are so, so precious, and the one thing I have always loved to do, and again, the only thing that has always made me feel good is making other people feel better, and I feel like I can and should be doing that on a much bigger scale than what I have previously been doing, which has been like in retail stores, working customer service. That is where I have been using my gift to make people feel good, and I don't regret a minute of it. You know, I have loved those experiences, but I can do so much more than that, and I want to use my gifts to their full potential. And I am so thankful to Vivianne for allowing me to see this and to be brave and to have this confidence in myself to, you know, make this video and try and connect with people on a larger scale so that I can help someone. It would be the most fulfilling thing in the world to me if some woman someday sitting in her hospital bed, feeling everything that I felt, that I wouldn't wish on anybody, can see this and just know that she is not alone, that I am grieving right there with you and for you. And I want to make more videos in the future, you know, going into more detail on those feelings, and really probably making one someday solely dedicated to the woman that is going through this, you know, to the women that are going through this. But right now I just kind of wanted to talk about like a summary of everything I'm feeling and wanting to do. You know, I've also always wanted to talk about, in case you didn't know this, Vivianne was not my first pregnancy. I gave birth to a little boy in high school who I gave up for adoption. I am so, so proud of that decision. It was a wonderful, wonderful thing all around. But that was hard, and that was a journey. And I think adoption is something that should be so much more talked about and celebrated. And I would love to be able to help people with, you know, with my experience in that as well. I mean, literally anything, you know, if I feel like I can connect with someone and help them in any way, that is what I am here to do. And I guess the last thing that I want to share is, I touched on it a little bit before, but just our lives are precious, and we are not guaranteed a single day here. Like, we are all so lucky just to be here, and it's kind of daunting, like, when you think about it, just how small we are, like, in the grand scheme of things. But another thing that, like, Ryan and I have gained from Vivianne is that we need to, like, live our lives and experience the world and everything that it has to offer to us, and not just work our lives away, especially, like, while we are young. I am not going to spend these years of my life just working and working and working and not experiencing anything while I have the chance to. You know I still gotta work to make money, and I am right with you there. It's, you know, it's a fact of life, but you can't take your money to the grave with you, but you can, you know, you can leave the impacts that you had on people. Like, you can leave a legacy in that way. You know, how you made people feel, you can, you know, it's your relationships. Like, that's what matters, your relationships and your experiences, not the stuff you have. And so I just kind of wanted to express to all of you what I've, you know, something I learned the last 3 weeks on that front. So I'm kind of going to cut it off right now, but all I'm asking, I guess, too, with this video is the chance to be connected with people that I can maybe help and that can in turn help me. Sorry, I think my computer just went dark. But people that I can help that can in turn, help me. That's what I want to do. I want to do good, and I want to make my daughter proud, and I want to fulfill my purpose and make my life count and matter. So if you got through this whole 10 minutes, thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say. And I hope that I can do this again and, spread positivity with it. And again, just thank you. Thank you so much.